This is Leon Kolaski here with Charlie Clarkska. I've been working with Charlie for a couple of years now and very new to internet marketing and just wanted to share his customer journey with you. So Charlie, when you think of Leon Kolaski, what comes to mind?
When I think about Leon Kolaski, I think of a great coach, a great trainer. Besides being a very good friend as well, Leon Kolaski has been on point of directing me towards what I wanted to reach. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about the story of where you were in your business before you met me, and then talk about that journey just a little bit.
Sure. So I've been trying out a number of different things before I met you on starting my own internet business here. And I was completely green. I had a Facebook account when I started, and that's pretty much it. I didn't know anything else. So it was quite interesting. I jumped on a lot of different, online courses, and you can read a lot about online advertising and businesses online. But I was sort of like jumping back and forth between a lot of different things. I didn't have any direction. And that's really where, when I met you, you pointed me in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So when you first met me, were you making any money online at all?
I was not making any money at all, no.
Okay. And then talk a little bit about that process when I started working with you, what that was like.
Sure. I remember the very first time we had a business meeting together. We were sitting at a restaurant down in on Melrose here in LA, and it was early February, and we were sitting there. We were having a glass of wine, both of us, and I was telling you about what I've been doing so far. And you after I told you, you were very quiet, and you were just looking at me, and you're saying, Charlie, you know nothing about what you're doing. You are completely green. And I don't know, it's very clear for me, because that's what you said. You were just straight to the point, and that was true. And then after we ping-ponged a little bit back and forth, you told me, hey, try this out, try that out, and then work on that and come back to me. So you really didn't give me like too much information. You gave me a little bit so I could work on that. And same thing over the process there. You kept giving me only what I needed for the next level or the next step, which initially, I gotta be honest with you, was very annoying. I am the kind of person that likes, to know the whole process when I started. Looking back at it, it's been the greatest way to do it, because I only focused on what you told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, it's easy to get distracted, at least for me, and try a number of different things instead of just doing exactly what you say. Mm-hmm. Probably about, talking about like giving up trust, or trusting 100% what you tell me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And was that difficult for you to do at first? Just to go ahead and only do what I told you to do and not get clouded up with the other noise that's out there?
Yes, definitely. Very frustrating as well, because I was taking in everything from different sources, not only you, from what people thought was the right way to do online business, right? And I thought, well, Leon only tells me to do this one thing, only focus on that one thing. And I thought, well, But anyway, I trusted you, and I just let go and focused 100% on that, and got back to you constantly, what I found, what I didn't find, and that just created the whole process for me to develop. Yeah.
For anybody that's watching this video, can you give us a little context of the business that you're in and how it's going right now?
Sure. So I do online advertising. Basically, I bring in leads for financial advisors all across the U.S., in the UAE as well, United Arab Emirates, and in Denmark as well. And it's definitely going very well, let me say it like that. I am based out of Dubai. I travel the world. I can pretty much do whatever I want, without it sounding arrogant. But definitely, it took me from not making any money to making more than I need, and I can do pretty much whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
describe that process. So you'll go ahead and place an ad online, and then that's for people that are interested in having somebody manage their money. And then from there, you get them into some sort of seminar, and then your client actually takes it over from there.
Sure,
Correct?
yeah.
So you just get paid based on somebody coming in
I do.
To that.
Yeah, it's quite, I remember the first time you told me about how, marketing works online. You told me like the magic. And I was like very fascinating, but I do think it's magic because, as you said, for me in my business, we place ads on different social media platforms, right? People get interested, they react on it, they go in and register for one of our events. We have the whole process set up, automated, so they're reminded, etc. They show up for an event, and then we are paid based on the amount of people that shows up. And it really is magic, right? Because I've never met any of these people, right? You type out, some kind of text with a nice picture, you place it on a social media platform, and you actually get people to show up at a physical location at a specific time. I really think that's fascinating. That is pretty goddamn cool.
I remember how baffled you were that people would actually show up. You actually would go to the clients' events just to watch people come in. That you were just amazed by that.
That's true. Yeah, the first couple events I did here in LA, I was just, wow, people are actually showing up. Wow. Yeah, I was amazed by it for sure. I still am, but it is, it gets used to it. Yeah.
And do you remember what was the reason that you had so much interest in making stuff online? I actually remember what happened between us.
Sure. Yeah, so we started talking, and you shared some of the stories that you had with your other students and clients, and I was just amazed about, number one, that you could make a living from working from your laptop. That was the first thing, with all the flexibility and freedom you get. Number two, you could make a very good living financially from it as well. So it was a whole new, world for me to come into. And there was specifically one of your clients you told me about that does consulting as well. And after you told me about how she's doing it, you showed me some of her stuff. I was just blown away. I thought, you know what? This is for me. I'm going to do this as well because that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do you believe that the stuff that I taught you, that it would work in any industry? I'm
pretty sure. Yeah. Without giving too much credit here, of course. I've seen both with me, and other clients of yours. You're extremely knowledgeable, and it's just. What it is with you, you know the concept of how things are working, and that really, applies to, whether it's my industry or someone else's industry. People react, to something, and it's just how you make them to react. Of course, it's different from product and service you sell, but you understand the dynamics and concepts, and so yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to apply that to pretty much anything you would like to do.
In working with me, was there anything that you were surprised by?
Yeah, I was surprised about your how direct you are. I gotta say that. You don't put anything between the lines. You tell me direct, Charlie, this is no good, or you're wasting your time. You said that as well, and I'm like, oh, okay. I just spent a couple of weeks working on this, and it's like waste of time. Okay, well, but looking back, yes, I was. If I should tell myself anything, I would be, well, trust him even more. Just like completely go blinded and just follow his directions, because I think I've gotten to what I wanted a little bit faster, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did sometimes be like, well, you said that, I'll still try that. But, bottom line, everything you told me, led me to what I wanted in the end.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
What would you tell somebody that is thinking about working with me and my agency?
I would say this: if you want to, work with you, Leon Kolaski, you just got to be prepared. You're going to tell the truth straight up. You're not going to tell people, the things they may want to hear. You're telling the things they need to hear if they want to reach success. And one of the things I really like about you is you take, everything out of the equation, like emotions, ego, everything. You tell me, and I've noticed that from the clients you have as well. You tell them exactly what they need to do. There's nothing in between. So you just got to be prepared of that. That you're speaking the truth, and you got to be able to receive that as well, react on it. Yeah.
Can you give me 3 words that would describe Leon Kolaski?
Success, straight to the point, and know your numbers.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Thank you.